All right, WWE released night 1 and night 2 match cards, so I'm going to go over some quick predictions here. So I'm just going to get right into it with night 1. So Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. I'm going to say Alpha Academy wins this. I'm assuming the winner coming out of this is probably going to be fighting for the titles. We'll get to who I think is going to win that, the tag titles here, just in a few matches because they're also on night 1. Anyways, going right into the next one. I'm not a big fan of Rey Mysterio. I never have been, so you can stone me for that. Obviously, he's a good wrestler. I think his mic skills have never been any good, to be honest, just mediocre at best. His son, Dominic, is already better on the mic than Rey ever was. Obviously, not in the ring, he isn't there, but on the mic, he's already better. Anyways, and having said that, what it is, I'm finally into a Rey Mysterio storyline, so I've never really been overly interested in his work. Anyways, I'm going to go with Dominic winning because I am into this storyline and it's super cool, and I've enjoyed Rey's work during this storyline. But I think Dominic's going to win, so I think he goes over on Rey at WrestleMania. Next, Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Pretty sure Seth Rollins is going to win this one just because he hasn't been getting a whole lot of wins lately, so I'm going to go with Seth on that one. It's going to be a good match, though, because Logan Paul is surprisingly very good. Becky Lynch, Lita, Trish Stratus versus Damage Control. I'm going to say Damage Control wins this one. And I'm going to say Trish Stratus turns on Becky Lynch. And obviously she'd have to turn on Lita as well, I'm assuming. But I think specifically Becky. Something's happening there. I was watching just them during their promo stuff, and Trish was there. She kind of like pops out in front of her and different things. Anyways, maybe I'm out to lunch on that, but I'm going to guess Trish Stratus turns on them. Damage Control wins. Damage Controls look like nothing going into this, so, I think they're going to win. Anyways, next, for the tag team titles, Usos versus Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Finally, the Usos' long streak is over. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, they take out the bloodline, and they win the titles. The feel-good moment. Moving on to the SmackDown Women's Championship match, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. If Rhea Ripley doesn't win this match, I'm going to stop watching wrestling. She's got to win. Mommy has got this in the bag. She deserves it, and she's awesome. What more can I say? John Cena versus Austin Theory. I'm going to go ahead and say Austin Theory wins us to build him up. And that's about it. I just think that's going to happen. So let's move on to night 2. All right, so night 2, we got Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda and Shayna Baszler versus Sonya and Chelsea Green. So I don't think there's any way that Ronda and Shayna aren't winning that match. So I'm going to say Ronda and Shayna Baszler win that match. And then they'll probably fight for the tag team title soon against maybe Becky and Lita. Maybe take them so Becky can go into that feud with Trish that I think is going to happen. Next, Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Omos is getting the better. I would have predicted Omos, but since he's been getting the better of Brock Lesnar over the last bit of promos here, I'm going to say Brock Lesnar is going to beat him. He's probably going to have to beat the brakes off him to get it, but I think he's going to get it. It's kind of a whatever match, but sometimes surprise you might be really good. Because they're building it up that Brock can't pick him up and do all this stuff. And obviously you can. I say Brock Lesnar, but it's probably going to be better than expected. Edge versus Finn Balor. Demon Finn Balor at that in a Hell in a Cell. Demon Finn Balor. He needs to win this. I'm going to predict Demon Finn Balor wins. Edge don't need to win. He's Edge. Next, Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. I'm going to go with your new Intercontinental Champion, Sheamus. But he's going to pin Drew McIntyre, so Gunther's not going to lose anything off this. Next, Bianca versus Asuka. I'm going to say Bianca keeps the belt. And she keeps on rolling with it. I love Bianca Belair, so I wouldn't hurt my feelings if that happened. Then the next one. Roman Reigns versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. This one here is the big one, right? This year, I was watching when Shawn Michaels won it, the Boyhood Dream, when he finally won it. When Bret Hart won it at WrestleMania 10, his dad was wrestler, way back in the day. He had the Stampede Wrestling and all that. Then he finally won. The wrestlers came out and held him up and all that. Anyways, this feels like that again. So history kind of repeats itself, and I think Cody Rhodes is going to finish the story, and he's going to beat Roman Reigns. And this is a big one. To beat Roman Reigns with the title run he's been on, this is like Warrior beating Hogan back in the day. You know, I don't want to say I think Warrior beating Hogan's a much bigger deal than Roman Reigns, but Hogan's Hogan, right? Anyway, some people might not agree with that. Doesn't matter. This is huge either way. Either way, it's huge. But I'll tell you right now, if Roman Reigns wins, I literally will never watch wrestling again. I don't want to see that. Roman Reigns is a good talent, everything. The storyline's been deadly, but it's time before it gets stale and stupid. Time to break up the bloodline completely, go in a new direction. Cody Rhodes, champion. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be that really great feel-good moment. So, anyways, Cody Rhodes, that's my prediction for night 1. Night 2, that's the official lineup cards that they put out now. So, there you go. Tell me your predictions down below. And I can't wait. It all starts tomorrow night at SmackDown. We got SmackDown, the last SmackDown before WrestleMania. Then we get the Hall of Fame. And then we got WrestleMania night 1 and 2, Saturday and Sunday. So, let me know what you think below.